Hi, my name is Daniel Johnson, Communication Professor here at Pikes Peak Community College. And today I want to talk to you about audience analysis, knowing who it is that's sitting in front of you. To start out with, many of us are perhaps taking their first college public speaking course. And the fact is, I too had that same experience many years ago, taking a public speaking 101 with Professor Murphy. And during that whole semester, Professor Murphy said there's one and only one key step to a successful presentation. That's knowing who your audience is, analyzing your audience. And so today, I want to carry Professor Murphy's message to you and tell you that if you know who's in front of you, then you will be able to create and deliver a much more successful presentation. So my goal today is to talk about audience analysis. Now, first of all, audience analysis is helping you identify those key characteristics that separate the audience members into unique individuals. And one of the things you want to do is look at demographics. First of all, age. Are you talking to teens, those that are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s? What generation do they come from? Are they baby boomers, members of Generation X, millennial generation? The fact is, depending on their age, they're going to have life experience and seen historical events that you might be able to connect to within your presentation. Also, gender. Are you talking to men and women? What's that ratio? It's important to recognize that both of those attitudes and experiences of men and women are present in your audience. And that'll help you to develop a more successful presentation. Also, occupation. What are the careers that perhaps your audience members are experiencing? What industries and businesses do they work with? Because those careers can help inform you about what it is that you can use to keep their attention and to make it practical for them. In addition to that, what are their educational experiences? Do they have their GED, high school diploma, college education? All that brings their level of knowledge that they're carrying into the classroom that you can perhaps identify and help build for your own presentation. Furthermore, what are the cultural experiences they have? When you start looking at them, what's the geography? Where's their home? What's their nationality? Those sometimes can be determined maybe by appearance or maybe by getting to know your audience members, building friendships, building rapport, asking questions. Also, disabilities. Are there any men or women in your audience that perhaps have a speech or a hearing or visual impairment? What resources do you have available to meet those needs? That can make you more comfortable on the day of your presentation. In addition, ask yourself the question is, why is your audience there? Are they there because they want to? Did they choose to walk in that door, to come to your presentation, to join that workshop? Or are they a captive audience? They're there because they have to. And if they're a captive audience, you may have to work a little harder to get their attention and to keep their attention. But it's important to recognize that characteristic. Furthermore, don't forget the speech setting. What's the size of your audience? And where are they located? Are you talking in front of 20 public speaking students in a classroom where no microphone is necessary? Or are you standing up at a wedding with a microphone in your hand, giving a wedding toast in front of 125 wedding guests? Now, for some of us, 2 or 3 people sitting in front of you is a tremendous number. However, it's manageable. And for most of us, talking in front of 10, 15, 20, 25 classmates, that's a size that you can manage. Remember, you're not in an arena talking to thousands upon thousands of people. You can manage that small number. Furthermore, where's the location of your presentation? What's that setting? Where are you going to be speaking from? What's the area? Do you need a lectern? Do you standing on a podium area that's raised above everyone else? Do you need that microphone because people in the back row can't hear you? Analyze that setting in advance. That's going to make you more comfortable and be able to build a better presentation. Analyze the time of day that your audience will be sitting in front of you. Is it first thing in the morning? Because if it is, you're in luck. Because that's when people are the freshest, the most energetic, the most willing to sometimes give you their undivided attention. However, for some of us, we may give a presentation later in the day. The audience might be sitting there in late afternoon or maybe even at night. If that's the case, you're going to be battling grumpiness and fatigue. And you're going to have to work a little harder to keep their attention throughout your presentation. In closing, overall, when you analyze your audience, you're going to be able to build a much more successful presentation. If you look at and analyze audience demographics, if you determine why your audience is there, if you analyze and understand the physical setting of your presentation, the size of your audience, the location where you'll be presenting. In addition, if you know what time of day you will be speaking to your audience. Understanding those specific audience characteristics will make you a much more productive presenter and create a much more rewarding experience for your audience. So thank you and good luck.